Hello there. Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome yourselves back to a revival of a series that was on this channel over 10 years ago now, Wednesdays with WeBe. So for some context, this used to be a weekly video where I'd sit down, catch up with you guys and do a Q&A. Now I'm going to bring it back as a monthly series where we get to have a proper chat this time, face to face, and talk about things that are new and also what's happening. But before we dive into the questions, a massive, huge thank you to every single one of you watching right now for 35,000 subscribers. This is such a huge goal for me because my goal for the entire of 2024 was to reach 35,000 in 12 months. You guys have managed to help me smash it in less than 6. So once again, a huge thank you for watching the videos. Support has been immense since I came back in September last year. After a 5-year hiatus, I did not expect the response that I got coming back, as well as so many new faces on the channel. So I really do appreciate everyone who comments, everyone who subscribed, everyone who likes, shares, views the videos, engages on Discord, social media. All the messages and comments I try to read and reply to as many as possible, even though that might be difficult sometimes. I really appreciate all of you. So what's new? Well, the good news is that you're going to be having some new games on the channel soon. I'm currently planning on uploading new content to the channel that isn't War Thunder. So things like in the military genre of Arma 3, Arma Reforger, Squad, Hell Let Loose, Postscriptum, maybe IL-2 Sturmovik, maybe DCS, but I don't really want to give myself PTSD, to be honest. And just generally military genre games. So on Wednesdays, probably bi-weekly to start with, there will be a brand new video on a game that isn't War Thunder or under the Gaijin Entertainment bracket. That does kind of include Enlisted, but I'm probably going to stick that to Monday or Friday still. Wednesdays of WeBe is going to be returning as a monthly vlog series, kind of like this, where we'll be able to go in the comment section below, leave your comment, and I will try and answer it in the next video. But that's enough of me yapping on. Time for the questions. So Lude Brink asks, do I have a wife and family? What made me start a YouTube channel? And where do I get my funny humor? So I don't have a wife or a partner at all. I do obviously have family, as you'd hope. Mainly because the past probably 6 years now, I've been solely career focused. I'm sure we can dive into that a little bit later. But I've been so career focused that I haven't really been able to slow down. The fact that I'm now doing YouTube again is solely because I've been able to take a step back and reevaluate what I want to be doing. Not selling myself to the soul of the work that I used to be doing a couple of years ago. In terms of what started my YouTube channel, that's a really difficult question to answer because there was a combination of many things. Primary of which I actually wanted to be a Call of Duty and a Minecraft YouTuber originally. Way back when, that is solely what this channel was. It was Minecraft and Call of Duty. But then War Thunder came along and that changed pretty much everything. I've always had a big passion for video editing, video creation, and gaming. So when I was younger, that sort of just developed into this ability to edit videos, do voiceover, make gameplay, and then I just wanted to share it with the world. I didn't really know what was going to happen with that footage. The fact that you guys are watching this here is proof that it must be kind of alright. But yeah, I didn't really start YouTube with the objective of doing YouTube. It more sort of happened because I wanted to edit my videos and show it off to kind of my friends in school and college. And I suppose the public side of that, the you and me side of it, just came from that. And where do I get my funny humor from? Well, humor is naturally subjective. Comedy is very subjective on a broad scale. But I suppose really a lot of my humor came from watching Top Gear when I was younger. Monty Python, Blackadder, obviously classics of British comedy. But also just a lot of that actually came from my parents. My mum in particular had a very good way of injecting humor into situations that perhaps might be stressful, or using humor as a way of coping with certain situations. And that sort of rubbed off on me. So I suppose really my humor came from British culture, icon culture, as well as my parents. Ben asks, what is my dream car? Well, I'm very fortunate to have one of them already. I own a 1991 Porsche 944 S2, which I'm currently modifying. I'll put some pictures on the screen or around me on that. I actually also, fun fact, a lot of you won't know this, I have a car YouTube channel that I also run with a couple of friends where we do builds on cars. We go out and film events, stuff like that. It's called The Backroads. I will actually put a link in the description below so you can go and subscribe to that if you fancy car content. If you don't, no worries. Triffin asks, what was your first nation in War Thunder? Well, you can probably imagine it was the RAF. The reason I didn't call it Britain there was because only aircraft were in the game, so it was just the RAF. But naturally, being British, the Spitfire, the Hurricane, the Lancaster, those were the aircraft I wanted. In fact, my actual goal of the game when I first booted it up was to get the Lancaster. Collusion asks, what content creators did I look up to when starting out? Well, that's, again, very subjective, because at what point in my timeline, I suppose, if we're talking originally, then it would have been the Syndicate Project, Yoke Slayer, Only Use Me Blade. Yogscast was on that list as well. There were a couple of others as well, but those are the primary ones, I think. I'm going to absolutely butcher your name, so I apologize in advance. But Ikatora says, what's your favorite music band? I'll be honest, I don't have a favorite per se. I probably have a good few favorite genres. I like indie rock quite a lot. I like synth pop, heavy metal, classical music, indie pop. My Spotify must be thinking, what on earth is going on? This is quite a good one. Zephyr asks, is there any meaning to your name WeBe? Yes, actually. So way back when I was an infant and I had a PlayStation 3, my dad made his basically my first ever username online, and that was his car's number, or his first car's number plate, which was WBE 886V. And then just eventually what happened over time is people would shorten that to WeBe, and eventually I changed it to be WEBE to roll off the tongue better. Acid Fire asks, opinion on Greg's sausage rolls? Magnifique. For some context, Greg's is a food store here in the UK. Ryder asks, if a tree falls in a forest and no one's around to hear it, do German ground mames still pop smoke? Yes. Preston asks, what is your favourite brand of chips? Now, I'm guessing that may be crisps in the UK. Knickknacks. Collusion asks, if you had the chance to drive any car around Le Mans, what is your pick? That would be a very tight battle between a Porsche 917K and probably a Ferrari F40 LM. Hassan asks, are you planning to record any other games for variety? Obviously, we covered that slightly earlier on in the video, so yes, new games are coming soon. I'm going to butcher this name as well, so apologies. Slobathi asks, okay WeBe, when are we getting a War Thunder video with Fly? Soon TM. Spitfire asks, question, what aspect of the game, I'm guessing War Thunder, do you find most appealing, and what could be improved upon? Also, what do you think the future of War Thunder would look like? So, my favourite aspect of the game is just the sheer amount of choice you have as a player. You get to choose from pretty much any vehicle that you could want in terms of... Oh, of course, there's new stuff to add all the time, right? But for the most part, no other game does War Thunder as well as War Thunder in terms of the sheer scale of units. The part for me that could be most improved on, though, is I am so tired as a veteran player of just capping A, B, and C over and over and over again. Now, I'm not saying redesign the entire game, because that's not what I'm saying here. But what War Thunder, or Gaijin specifically, really need to understand is that although getting players in to play quick fire matches to get that dopamine going, that SL streak, getting that grind set going, is great for short-term to maybe medium-term longevity in terms of revenue, I don't necessarily get any satisfaction now out of the game that I did 10 years ago. That's not to say I don't enjoy War Thunder, because I play solely for fun now. I don't play to grind the game. I'm in a very, very fortunate position that I don't have to do that now, from a combination of my account being so old that I've got 90% of the tech trees anyway, and also because I'm very fortunate to be a CC partner, so I kind of get some benefits that way to create content. I don't have to grind the game. So it means I can just have fun. I can just do things for the sheer sake of enjoying playing. But if I didn't have that, which a lot of you watching don't, I would be mind-numbed. War Thunder needs a game mode that is more strategic, more well thought out. You need the ability to be able to strategize, be in a consistent and a persistent server. I've always said that World War game mode should always be about a large scale conflict. So let's say every quarter a new massive map is released. Let's say it's the Battle of Tunisia. It's a huge, high quality 128 by 128 kilometer map that is high resolution for ground, tanks, and aircraft, maybe even ships in certain scenarios, maybe in the Pacific, in the European theater less so. For example, Malta would be an ideal one for that. Use the base that you've got there, redevelop it into a high quality, highly accurate version of Malta, and have a campaign over a month where the teams have to go back and forth, get objectives done. Being able to hop in and out of a persistent server so that you have full teams all the time. 32v32 on a large scale combined arms map. That is what we need. We need the ability for people to jump in and out of those battles to help sway the tide of the war. Anyway, that's just my opinion, right? The dude asks, how old are you? I am 27 years old. Incentive RSB asks, what is the first game you ever played? Now, I'm going to count that as video game I ever played, and I must have been 6 or 7, possibly 8 years old. PlayStation 1, and I don't mean the slim one, I mean the big boxy original one, and it would have been Colin McRae Rally. That was the game for me that started it all, and also just so happened to start off my obsession with cars. I mean, the whole car thing is a completely different subject area that I would love to dive into more on one of these, but I am a huge car enthusiast because of those games. Group A Rally, Sega or Toka Touring, all of that kind of Gran Turismo got me into gaming, really. If anything, it was car games that really cemented my love for gaming. So yeah, you should definitely check out my car channel. Just saying. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's something a bit different, but we get to have a conversation, sit down about what's new, and answer some questions. If you do have any questions for next Wednesday with WeBe, put them in the comment section below, or alternatively, feel free to join the Discord, because I've got a channel in there now that you can drop your questions into. But that's it for this video. Thank you ever so much for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.